Well, welcome back. Good morning. Excited to be back at home. 4-2 to get back home, get a little more rest, get here for homecoming week. Back in our stadium with our crowd. Should be an awesome opportunity for us to get a good team coming in that we've got to rebound against. So really excited for that. I think halfway through the season we've got a lot of really good things that we're excited about. Some real strong indicators of a real program rise and in a real way too. And I think that's solidified in the way we look at a lot of things empirically and the way we glance back at the growth of our product and to see our guys prove on all three phases that we can really ball, in offense, defense, and special teams in the big picture. Got to be consistent in doing that. That's the end goal for everybody. And I think that's what you're chasing is consistency and to do that, especially against good teams on the road, so on and so forth, even if you're banged up. So I think we've proved that, which we're excited about. I think we've proved that we're not just swing and counter punch, but we've got some knockout blows. We proved that this season that we can finish some of those things that we talked about last season and show up and really have some ways to finish games, which is exciting. And I think that's what you want to do when you start modeling yourself after growing ports of moving the program forward. I think winning on the road and a quality opponent, we've proven that. A few weeks ago, we're excited about that opportunity. I think there's a growth in our culture and the way that we're carrying ourselves, the way we're working. It's improved in all facets. A lot of that's hard to see because that's internal. But I think the way our guys are acting, performing, working, their mindset, the way they deal with each other, that's all up from 1 year ago. And then lastly, I think all our goals are real clear for our guys and our standards are real clear and they're all right in front of us. So that's exciting for where we're at. We got to get healthy. Took it on the chin, and that's going to happen in the course of the season. But you got to rebound. You can't let one loss beat you twice, let alone one loss beat your whole season. And we're not going to do that. I don't think our guys will flinch. Success is not linear. It's an up and down, gradual climb to the top, and that's life and football. So I'm excited about the opportunity to be back home and get healthy, and here we are.
Coach, did San Jose State do anything that caught you off guard, or do anything different that you've seen on film?
No, looking back at it, there wasn't anything that was real crazy. I think there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds, and you catch yourself behind the eight ball. In some situations you get hurt early, and you got to throw in, guys that take much reps, and you got to go. And I think you just got caught up and got beat up that day. I think that's a really good football team. We knew that going in. They were ready. They had their best week of practice. Brent said the whole season they were fired up. We're getting everyone's best punch. They're getting excited about playing us now, which is good. I like that opportunity. I've expressed that to our team. So. That's a real good football team. We knew that. Real good quarterback play, real good defense up front, real good on the perimeter, and you can't have self-inflicted wounds or get caught in a hole. It makes it real hard.
Coach, in preparation for teams like Air Force, do you sprinkle in some of their option for your defense to see during spring and fall camps? How do you go about preparing? It's not just 1 week of preparation. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Tony. So. I can't speak for everybody else, but other places we've been, we've taken a couple days in the summer, an off-season training camp, spring ball, to kind of touch on some things that we think are going to fit us. The thing about that as you get to the point in the season where it then shows up is, number one, are you healthy and you got the guys that you had maybe then to do it? Number two, are you doing something in your package that you think was maybe better than you thought going in that could be able to handle some stuff? So to answer your question, yeah. Talking about and thinking about Air Force started way before Saturday, and not a ton because you can't do it. You can't just pull out a full option team and go dry run it over at the park. But there's definitely some thought that has to go into it because it's a pain, and and they're really good at it. We all know that they're top of our conference in almost every category, and they've got a lot of returners that know what they're doing, well coached, and always have been. So another great opportunity for our defense.
In the second half, when Cam came in, he had a touchdown drive, and in there you guys had to burn a couple of timeouts. I think he was communicating a lot of the line of scrimmage. What did you see in those instances, or those things got to get cleaned up during the week now that he's kind of getting attention at the beginning of the week? Yeah, I mean, standard stuff that happens when you're going into some packaging stuff, and you've got some things that were built maybe for someone else, or that maybe he didn't rep a lot, let alone just getting in there and managing the play clock when you haven't had a bunch of reps, and so. I felt comfortable using those timeouts to get our guys settled down and talk through some things, and those are learning periods as well. In every play isn't got to hang the balance of the whole season. There's some opportunities to talk together and get guys settled in.
Coach, this week you guys are partnered with Zelensky's Hope. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, we're really fortunate and grateful and honored to be partnered up with Helsinki's Hope and the opportunity we've got as a program, as a city, and as a staff, and personally to be able to support any mental health movements that we can. We're going to do it. We did it. We talked a little bit with Blake during Utah State. We share some sentiment in regards to what we've gone through our personal lives, and this one's the same thing. So I think we're excited about that partnership with Helsinki's Hope, and this week will be another tribute to that.
What's the latest with Doug Brumfield and his status?
Doug's day-to-day. Doug's day-to-day.
Do we have a specific general area of injury?
No, I mean, he's had a little bit of an ankle he's got a little bit of a head injury, went down, took a hard hit. That's about as much as I can give you my background and medically with day-to-day with our doctors. Until they clear him, then we'll be ready to roll, but we're going to make sure we get him back the right way. We're not going to hurry anything back.
What did you see on the hit? Was it a clean hit? Because I noticed early in the game, I think it was 78, kind of rolled on him. I don't know if that was a play or...
He got rolled on one. I don't know if we were able to pinpoint exactly where it was at, rolled on one and then pushed down later on another one. It's football. It's called, played. It is what it is. Nothing out of our control, really.
Whenever he does come back, how much would you have to see from him in practice before a game to put him, have him be a starter in a game?
Well, number one is he healthy to do it? Can he make clear and concise decisions, both for the play and for himself? And probably the latter is probably the most important. Can he defend himself and be able to not put himself in harm? And then number two, can he be able to run the system and be effective and to the best of his ability? Because I'm not of the notion that we feel we put guys out there that aren't prepared to do either of those at full speed.
Looking at Air Force, what is the challenge of not only with the option, but having a passer like Zeke Daniels? Because he's already like 56 dropbacks. He's nearing already like doubling his total from last year. So what is the mix of challenging that with a guy who can throw the ball again?
Yeah, I mean that's a challenge with an option team, is if they've got a guy who can throw it down the field as well. Then it becomes hard because the run action, play action stuff is so big. You get so many guys assigned to the box and the core unit. So you've got a lot of discipline on the back end, and he can beat you throwing the ball and he can beat you with the feet. That's why they're so good.
Seneca, he seems like a guy who's really stepped up for you guys receiving-wise. When did you guys know you had something with him, and what have you really liked about his whole process since joining the team?
Yeah, another guy we got at the transfer portal. We felt really strong about his traits and how he fit into our program. His size, his movement skills, still raw in some places. Why we got a couple of years to be able to still develop him, which is exciting. He made probably one of the best growths from when he got here to training camp. So through spring to training camp, probably one of the top 5 guys that had a big growth curve in regards to moving within the offense, learning the offense, ball skills, change direction, top speed, body control, all those things. And I think he's still not scratching the surface. Still learning a lot of those things that I think he's got a real value with. So he's getting better every week. And I think that we saw that in training camp, we saw it in off season, and now each game is going to have maybe another chance for Seneca to continue to grow, which is exciting.
What was San Jose State able to do to kind of contain Aidan a bit more than other teams in the past?
Well, I mean, they're a really good defense. They're coached really well. They got one of the best fronts we've probably played all season. They got a ton of starters, a ton of experience. Some of the guys seem like they've been there for 10 years. And they got some depth, and they're playing hard. They're well coached, just like we said going into it. A well coached team is going to be able to do some things, and it's hard when you're down and you're trying to fight back into it. So, good players, good coaches, good scheme, like we said going in.
Coach, a fan had asked us about those spades on the back of the helmets. How are those earned by players?
Yeah, so the spades are just there's a set of value stuff we've got internally that guys go through on each side of the ball, which is an opportunity to get decorated and get some commitments in regards to putting that on their helmets, which is pretty cool. We did it last season. We're doing it again this season.
Who has the most?
It's a good question. I have to check because they usually do it today. Actually, today's Monday, right? They usually get them all done today. Yeah.
I think it's
I think it's Doug. Yeah, you guys must be, you guys in the equipment room? Are you guys back there where you're not supposed to be? You guys got clearance to be back there?
I got tape, man.
You gotta check these guys, man. There's a lot of people coming around here. Yeah, Doug's done a great job all season. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of guys. Aidan's got a bunch, I think, too. Defensively, AJ, you know, the DBs. They're pretty cool. Guys like them. Good? All right.
One more, what do you need to see between Friel and Harrison Bailey to remove the or at number one?
A good practice week. You know, a good practice week. See how effective we are in the week with the plan. See how they can compete and go into this thing. See what the plan has entailed. But they've got to have a really good week of understanding what's got to get done. Playing catch with our guys, getting timing and rhythm. I think it's a great week for these two to go after it and battle it out and see what we can do. I'm excited about it.
Based on the fact that Friel got like 63 plays in, what did you see that you liked, but especially stuff he needs to improve on?
Well, I mean, Cam's, the thing we know about Cam is he played a lot last season, so there's a lot there that we've got to be able to rely on, to go in and not have hardly any reps all week, and to go in and play catch like that, and try to take on the offense and understand what we're trying to get done in the game plan. It says a lot about his preparation. Thought he played catch for the most part. I thought there was some real good pocket conflict that he stayed control and poised in the pocket and played catch down the field on a couple plays. Gave Seneca a chance on a big ball. Cam's a tough kid. You know, we really like his poise and his presence. Now we got to see if we can be really effective and efficient in all that we're doing now, different than last season. Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Aidan, what's it like now for you having defenses adjust to you, making you the focal point of who they want to stop? How hard is that, or what adjustments are you making?
You know, I just stick to my preparation, continue to run hard, and you know, just keep doing what coach tells us to do, and you know, focus on the details because our destiny is in the details. So that's how I prepare every week.
Aidan over here. It was a tough game for you, obviously rushing. It wasn't the type of numbers that we've been used to having you do lately. Can you just talk about, you know, how you've gone through your process in preparation, get ready for Air Force to have like a bounce back game?
For sure. I mean, it's just like I told Joe. I mean, it's, you know, nothing changes. You know, I come back in, get right back to work. You know, I stick to my preparation, and you know, it's not about who we play. It's just how you're going to prepare for who we're playing. So, you know, nothing changes. I'm gonna keep being me, keep working hard, and just do what I do.
Hey, Nohl, can you talk about the opportunity to play against the Air Force, them having beaten you last year, and the challenges that you have now facing the Dodgers?
I mean, I definitely still have a chip on my shoulder with this game because, you know, nobody likes to go out like that like we did last year. So it's just paying attention to the details more. And I feel like with this type of offense, you know, your eyes got to be in the right spots.
Aidan, what'd you see from Cam on Friday night and just his ability to step up and get through and fire?
Yeah, for sure. Cam's a warrior, man. He's resilient. And, you know, we got three great quarterbacks in that room, and all three of them can play at any given time. And so, you know, we're very fortunate to have competitors like that. And, you know, it just so happened that Cam's number got called, and he stepped up and performed when we needed him to.
Aidan, what are some of the differences of playing with Doug versus playing with Cam?
Not a whole lot of difference. I mean, both guys are ballers. You know, both guys are great competitors, like I said. You know, the only difference is Doug's a little taller. Doug likes to run a little bit more. But, you know, I trust all of them. I like Doug. I like Cam. I like Harrison. So, you know, I'm good with any three of them being in there.
I got a question for both of you guys. Obviously, against New Mexico, we're trailing by 17. First half against San Jose, trailing by 23. What can you guys do to kind of combat these slow starts?
Same answer I've been giving most of y'all. Just continue to rely on our preparation. Coach puts us in these situations week in and week out. You know, whenever you prepare hard, it makes Saturdays a little easier. And so you just kind of got to go back to the basics, you know, and you know, just work harder. Just work harder as the game goes and never give up, never fight. You know, that's why we have a fourth quarter in every practice. So.
I feel like we just need to bring more energy going into those type of games. Like, that's when it comes to the sideline, you know, people about to play. I feel like it's just the energy we got to bring has to be magnified 10 times more than we did, like, in the beginning of the season.
What were some of the challenges specifically of defending Chevin Cordero? I mean, he had 230 yards in the air and 100 on the ground.
I mean, it was just, he was, you know, getting out the pocket, using his legs a lot, and that's something that got to us during the course of the games. He was getting chunks off his legs. And passing, I mean, I wasn't really fazed by his passing, to be honest with you, but it was just his legs for me.
Nohl, what sticks out to you on tape about this Air Force team and, you know, Saturday's game against Utah State?
I mean, what sticks out to me is how physical they can be. And, like, you know, they like to, you know, lull you to sleep with the run, and then they'll try to hit you with an explosive pass. So that's what I'm going to be ready for. Like, my eyes are still going to be, you know, reading the run and all that, trying to do all the run support stuff. But I just know, like, there's going to be a play where they're just going to try me. So.
Can you talk a little bit more about just, like, the hunger, the mood in this building? AJ called this, like, the revenge week. They want revenge against Air Force.
Yeah, I can just speak for the defense, you know. I just know we're hungry. Like, I know we're going to fly around when it comes to Saturday. And it just starts with the preparation, what Aidan was saying. It starts with the preparation, what we have going into this week. So I feel like I know I'm going to bring that energy. So, and I know my guys will too.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Thank you.